everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. And for today's video, we're going to take a look at the performance review of the Nike KD15. Alright, so starting off with the traction on the Nike KD15, you do have this multi-directional traction pattern, and how this works on clean and dirty floors is amazing. For me, I know a lot of people have already said this, but it's very reminiscent of the Kobe 9 traction pattern, kind of the heat map of the foot. But as you can see here, the grooves are not overly shallow. They are kind of soft, so I don't think I would bring these outdoors. But as you can see here, this traction does have you covered basically in every which way, from heel all the way to the toe. And on clean floors, you won't have to wipe at all. On dirty floors, I really didn't wipe either. This really held me down, and it's one of the best traction patterns out right now, and one of the most reliable. So if you're looking for something and you're a shifty guard, or you make really hard cuts to the hoop and you want something that's going to keep you stuck to the floor, I would say look no further, because the Nike KD15 has one of the best traction patterns out right now across all brands and all price points. So as far as the traction goes on the Nike KD15, I would have to give these a very solid 9.5 out of 10. So as far as the cushion goes on the Nike KD15, this midsole is Cushlon, and it runs all the way from the heel to the toe, as you can see here, and wraps all the way around the shoe. It is slightly caged here in the heel, and I'm not mad at it, because last year I found the KD14s just to be too mushy or too marshmallowy, where these have a bit more feedback and they're not quite as soft where you're kind of collapsing the heel as much, because it is caged just a little bit. So I do actually prefer the setup here on the Nike KD15. And then as far as the air cushioning, you do have that Zoom Strobel, the full length Zoom Strobel. Basically this directly under your insole. So a thin Zoom airbag, but it's very responsive, and it's from heel to toe. And as far as the court feel goes in these, I'm not mad at it, because it's not overly close to the floor in the forefoot, but I think it's close enough where you get a perfect blend of cushion, compression, feedback, and the Nike KD15 for me did not disappoint in the cushion department. And just a quick look as far as the cushioning setup, as you can see in here, there is that full-length Zoom Strobel setup stitched directly to the upper, and then you do kind of have that styrofoam drop-in insole here, and it is cored out just a little bit here so that Zoom airbag gets closer to your foot. So again, as far as the overall cushion setup, I'm really enjoying these so far, and I actually like them a little bit better than last year. And I would say this is the best implementation, in my opinion, for the full-length Zoom Strobel and the Cushlon setup in the Nike KD series thus far. But as far as the cushioning goes in the Nike KD15, I would have to give these a very solid 9 out of 10. Probably my favorite full-length Zoom setup out right now from Nike Basketball. As far as the materials go on the Nike KD15, you're not going to find anything premium on these two pairs. I know some of the pairs that they do have and they're bringing out, there are some suede and really nice leathers. But on this pair here, it does kind of have a cloth at the heel counter here, and then moving your way down from that, it's basically just a screen mesh upper, as you can see here. It's very breathable, very free-flowing, pretty much no break-in time, which I really do like in my basketball shoes. And then the tongue is basically a screen mesh, and that's very breathable and pretty nicely padded as well on your foot. So as far as the materials go on the Nike KD15s, it's nothing special, but for me, I enjoy this setup because I like basketball shoes that break in rather quickly, and on these you do get that. And then right by the toe as well, there is a really small little thin fuse around for toe offs and for extra durability right by the toe, so it doesn't get too torn up. But again, as far as the overall setup on the Nike KD15 for materials, you do have a little bit of a leather patch here at the back, some cloth material at the heel counter, and then that textile mesh here, which is breathable and supportive, but doesn't break the bank as far as the overall cost goes on the Nike KD15. So as far as the materials go on the Nike KD15, I would have to give them a 7.5 out of 10. It's nothing premium, but there are some pairs that are coming out that have a really nice suede or nubuck heel counter with a thick leather tongue. So keep your eyes peeled for those pairs. But as far as these two that I have in my hand right here, kind of the Oreo colorway and the Nightmares colorway from Nike Basketball, These are pretty basic setups, but they break in pretty quickly and they're pretty free flowing, and they also are very breathable as well. So as far as I'm concerned, Nike did a pretty good job on the materials on the Nike KD15s. And then as far as the weight goes on the Nike KD15s, this is a size 10.5, and these do come in at 15.2 ounces. So from what I'm hearing, that's pretty close to what the LeBron 20s are gonna weigh. So this is nothing really overly light, but on foot, on court, these do not feel heavy at all. They're not restricting as far as the weight goes and kind of preventing you from making all the movements that you want to make on court. So as far as the weight goes on the Nike KD15, it's nothing that's too concerning. So as far as the fit goes in the Nike KD15, right off the bat, I'm gonna say go true to size, and that's where you'll have the least problems with the fit of this shoe. If you are a wide footer, this shoe does get pretty pointy right by the toe box right here. So I would say go up half a size and you will be covered. But a lot of people early on were complaining about the Nike KD15's fit with the heel slippage at the back of the shoe. And for me, I laced these up very tight. My toe is literally right at the end of the shoe in the Nike KD15 in a US size 10.5, which is usually what I wear in most of my basketball shoes. And early on, I wouldn't say I felt any heel slip, but it didn't feel as secure for what I would like within a basketball shoe for the first 20 minutes while playing in these. Once the materials did soften up on the Nike KD15 and break in after the first 20 or 30 minutes of play, and with me cranking these laces down again after they broke in, moving forward after that first 20 minutes, I had no issues with the heel counter, with the lockdown or containment or any heel slippage. So I will mention that it's very, very important to get your proper size and the size that fits you 1-to-1 within this shoe, because if you have a full width thumb of room at the front of the shoe or more, you're probably going to get heel slippage in any shoe. But with this shoe, most likely you'll have that issue, because I know some people were having that problem. But I also think it lies with foot shapes. If you have a really skinny ankle at the back or just a really narrow shoe altogether, you might get heel slippage in these. I'll just say it right off the bat. But for me, after that first 20 or 30 minutes of play, I had no issues across the board. But as far as the fit goes, for me and my foot, I really enjoyed the overall shape of this shoe and the way it fit my foot. So as far as the fit goes in the Nike KD15, it was very much a 1-to-1 fit for my foot. So I would have to give these a pretty solid 8.5 out of 10. So as far as the support goes on the Nike KD15, starting at the back of the shoe, you do have this internal heel counter that is a TPU plastic, and it definitely keeps your heel locked down and in place if you get the proper fit, in my opinion. These are a low top, as you can see here, but that really has no issue as far as the overall support goes. Moving your way down from that, you do have this plastic TPU wing that is separate from the actual upper of the shoe, and there are 2 eyelets punched through here that the laces can go through. And basically, if you really crank them down here on the lateral side and on the medial side here, you have that TPU plate as well. It really pulls your foot within the shoe and keeps your foot on the footbed, and it keeps you preventing from sliding around on hard lateral cuts, and just offers some really nice support, in my opinion. And then moving your way down from that, you do have this TPU kind of clip at the midfoot, and your foot is sitting ever so slightly within this midsole. So again, on those hard lateral cuts, this TPU wing with this plate is going to keep your foot on the footbed and preventing it from spilling over on the side of the shoe. And then moving your way down here, you do have a wide and stable base here in the forefoot, and it is a pretty flat shoe, as you can see here with the Nike KD15. And then it does have this torsion bar or torsion plate. It's not carbon fiber, it is just plastic, and it is on the outside of the shoe here. But as far as the overall torsional rigidity, this shoe is very supportive as far as the midfoot goes. There is some forefoot flex here in the forefoot, but at that midfoot point, this shoe is not going to bend on you. So as far as the support goes on the Nike KD15, I think they have a very supportive shoe here, and I know KD has had some foot problems in the past and also tearing his Achilles tendon. So I think for a low top basketball shoe, I'm really enjoying these, and I think I'm going to end up with a ton of colorways of the Nike KD15s because it's just a very reliable shoe as far as the traction, support, fit and cushion for me. And you know what, as far as the support goes, this might be one of the most supportive low top basketball shoes that Nike has actually ever made. So that's going to do it for today's performance review on the Nike KD15. Probably one of my favorite basketball shoes out right now. It's such a joy to play in with that amazing traction pattern at the bottom, that nice blend of Cushlon and full length zoom, responsive, but yet has a ton of impact protection. The overall material usage on this pair isn't bad, but on those pairs moving forward with that suede or leather heel counter, it is a nice touch. The support on this shoe is fantastic, and the fit for me was great. Just make sure to get your true to size where it fits 1-to-1. So I think Nike has a very great basketball shoe on their hand here, and it's very reminiscent of a bunch of Kobe models of the past, but these are available pretty much everywhere right now. So look no further if you're looking for a supportive, nice cushioning, and great traction basketball shoe that is a low top from Nike Basketball. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the Nike KD15, and between these two colorways, which one you guys prefer, or if there's another colorway that you guys have been wearing yourselves. As always, keep it locked to the channel for performance reviews moving forward. I am hoping to get the Nike LeBron 20s in. I'm very much looking forward to getting those on court, and keep it locked to the channel. Also, check out my Instagram at 23MJ88, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgic as a whole. But as always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.